Oh, hello there. You. Yes, you, the small, slightly bewildered creature currently sitting somewhere on a medium-sized rock floating through space at tremendous speed. I thought you might like to hear a strange piece of news. You are lonely, but you're also living inside the most spectacular cosmic situation imaginable. Let's start with the obvious part. Right now, at this exact moment, you are sitting on a planet spinning at about 1,600 kilometers per hour while orbiting a star that is hurling you around the galaxy at something like 800,000 kilometers per hour. And despite all this movement, you are probably just sitting there thinking, I should text someone. The universe is magnificent. Human priorities are magnificent in a completely different way. Now, loneliness, as you know, has a particular habit. It likes to shrink the world. When loneliness arrives, the universe quietly collapses into a very small room. Suddenly, it feels like everyone else is somewhere else, living fuller lives, laughing louder laughs, eating better pasta. Meanwhile, you are sitting there wondering if reheating the same meal again counts as cooking. Loneliness says you are a tiny, forgotten thing, which is technically true, but it forgets to mention the second half of the sentence. You are a tiny thing inside something unimaginably enormous, and somehow, against all cosmic odds, the universe produced you. Think about that for a second. For billions of years, the cosmos was just rocks, explosions, and extremely serious hydrogen. Then, gradually, it started experimenting. Stars formed, planets formed, oceans formed, life appeared, and eventually, the universe produced a creature capable of doing two remarkable things: wondering about the meaning of existence, while also worrying about whether that awkward thing you said in 2012 was weird. It was weird, but that's fine. Everyone said something weird in 2012. Some people said several weird things before breakfast. Humanity is not a species known for flawless social elegance. Now, here's something loneliness rarely tells you about the cosmos. The universe is mostly empty, vast, silent, and lonely. Between stars, there are distances so large that light itself takes years just to cross them. Galaxies drift quietly through dark oceans of space, enormous, beautiful, and incredibly quiet. Then, on one small planet, something unusual happened. Creatures appeared who refused to accept the silence. They invented conversation. They built cities. They argued about sandwiches. They wrote poetry. They made terrible reality shows. They fell in love with people who sometimes forgot to text back. In other words, humanity became a small rebellion against cosmic loneliness. Every friendship, every laugh, every awkward conversation about the weather, all of it is a tiny act of defiance against a quiet universe. When two humans sit together and talk nonsense for 3 hours, the cosmos briefly becomes less empty. Which is a lovely thought. It means that every time you share a laugh, send a message, or wave at a neighbor's dog, you are participating in one of the universe's most unlikely experiments: connection. And yes, sometimes the experiment fails. Sometimes people drift apart. Sometimes life scatters everyone into different cities, jobs, responsibilities, and strange adult situations involving taxes. Loneliness happens. But here's the comforting part. Even when you feel alone, you are still participating in the most extraordinary cosmic story ever told. You are a conscious being made of star matter, sitting on a spinning world, thinking thoughts about existence. The atoms in your body were once inside exploding stars. Those stars vanished billions of years ago, but somehow, here you are, breathing, thinking, occasionally eating cereal at midnight. which, when you look at the broader cosmic picture, is an absolutely astonishing achievement. And somewhere else on this spinning planet, at this very moment, another tiny consciousness is looking up at the sky and wondering if anyone else feels like they do. They do. In fact, billions of them do. The entire species is quietly wandering around the planet thinking, I hope someone understands me. Which means something rather wonderful. Your loneliness is not proof that you are separate from humanity. It is proof that you belong to it, because humans are strange cosmic creatures who long for each other across enormous emotional distances. And once in a while, two of them meet. They talk, they laugh, they share stories about life, the universe, and the strange business of being alive. For a moment, the cosmos feels warmer. Not bad for a species of stardust sitting on a rock, trying to figure out how friendships, feelings, and fitted sheets work. The universe, I suspect, is quietly proud of you.